Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Linda Hamilton returns to her iconic role of Sarah Connor in the new film Terminator Dark Fate, and we gotta talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Terminator Dark Fate centers on a young woman named Dani, played by Natalia Reyes, who finds herself the target of two cyborgs sent from the future. Grace, played by Mackenzie Davis, has been sent to protect her from the Rev 9 that's more advanced than any other Terminator that we've seen so far. Keeping watch for the presence of any Terminators on Earth is Sarah Connor, who tracks down Dani and Grace in hopes of saving them both. Now, Terminator Dark Fate is directed by Tim Miller, who directed the first Deadpool movie, with creator James Cameron being credited as working on the film's story and as one of the film's main producers. Now, for those keeping track at home, this is the sixth Terminator film in the franchise, which kicked off back in 1984. Now, Terminator 2 Judgment Day is without a doubt one of the greatest sequels in action films of all time. The rest of the sequels never came close to matching James Cameron's vision for these characters. I think that Dark Fate at least keeps that connection to the characters close at hand by fleshing them out in a way that we haven't seen in the other sequels. We learn and understand who Dani and Grace are and their connection to this story overall. Now, what's more important to me, and I'm assuming other fans, is the return of Sarah Connor, and she's given a great treatment in Dark Fate. Now, her first entrance received a huge applause from the audience. We see that she's scarred and weathered. The years of battling various Terminators and the fate of her son John Connor have taken their toll on her. Now, Linda Hamilton is a powerhouse and became an icon in the genre with this character. And she continues to bring more depth to her here. She has a monologue about what's happened to her in the days since Terminator 2, and it was truly amazing to hear the grit and the pain in her voice. She's not the only one to bring some power to this film, as Mackenzie Davis carries on that tradition set forth by Hamilton. She reminded me of a young Charlize Theron and can brutally take down anyone that gets in her way. Arnold Schwarzenegger also returns as the T-800, and it's great to see him and Hamilton back together again. I didn't quite buy into the story arc that they gave him here, but I don't want to spoil that too much, but it's a deviated take on the killing machine that we once knew him as. Now, director Tim Miller keeps this a high-octane adventure from start to finish, with some massive action sequences. Now, you'll need to throw away any sort of logic or practical effects that you may want, as that's not found in this Terminator movie. The Rev 9 machine is practically invincible, which then makes you wonder if there's any way to stop him at all. Now, it aptly calls back to the first two films without relying too heavily on fan service, Easter eggs, or flashback scenes, and there aren't any unnecessary cameos just for reboot's sake. The story may seem a little recycled at times, but for me, it represents the idea that the past, the present, and the future all become cyclical in the end. The film tackles some modern-day issues with the notions that machines are slowly taking some of our jobs in the workplace, and knowing that our cell phones are digitally tracking our every move. Terminator Dark Fate is the best in the franchise since Terminator 2, but I think we can be done after this one, as I'm not sure what else we can do with this story. I'm giving Terminator Dark Fate 3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have new reviews on movies like Dolomite Is My Name and Jojo Rabbit. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip. And then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for some movie trailers, more reviews, and some interviews out at the Twin Cities Film Fest. Thank you so much for watching my review of Terminator Dark Fate. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.